Hi everyone, it's me, Ray Rambles, and today is a very big and exciting day because I'm finally going to do my Q&A video. I'm probably going to make this a two-parter, but we'll just have to see. So, I'm going to get right into the questions, but before, I just want to say I'm sorry for my lack of hair. It is currently missing. I will find it. So just bear with me for now, as you'll have to see hairless Ray for a little while. Now, let's get right to the questions. Alright, so I have my laptop with me, and this way we'll be able to read the questions a little bit easier. So I'm going to get it started. Dawn the Sparky asks, what material is your fursuit nose made of? That's easy. Ray's nose, the inside is foam, and the red part on the outside is felt. Next. It's Joe K asked, how old were you when you first heard of the fandom? Well, this is kind of a hard question because I don't like giving out my specific age. Just know that I've actually been drawing furries for about 6 years without even knowing what the fandom was. So when I found out what it actually was, I was instantly invested, and it only took me like a couple months to get fully in. So I would say it was probably about a year or two ago. Next up. Unoriginal Trash. Oh, that's not a nice username. But Unoriginal Trash has a lot of questions, so we are going to read all of them right now. If I can find my mouse. It's touchscreen. Okay. Unoriginal Trash's first question is, what fictional character was most inspirational to you and why? Has that changed from when you were younger? I love this question because some of my first furry characters, they actually have a really weird origin. Two of them are heavily inspired by the show Ben 10. My original 4 furry characters, the first ones I ever made, they were all inspired by a trip I took to a junkyard with my dad, and the song Television Rules the Nation by Daft Punk. So you can already tell that I get inspiration from a lot of different things, but the main characters that inspired my first furry OCs was probably Accelerate from Ben 10. Alright, next up. What do you base your characters on mainly? Most of my characters are actually based around songs. For instance, Arson is based off of Liquid State and Twisted. Liquid State is by Muse, and Twisted is by Adrian Von Ziegler. Kujali was based off of Pork Soda by Glass Animals. And Ray, her backstory was inspired by Forget by Pogo. Next. What's my favorite animal? I don't really have one because I love them all so much. But if I had to choose... Oh, that's such a hard one. I can't choose. I love animals too much. I love them all. I haven't seen an animal I don't like. And my favorite fursuiter, that is by far Beauty of the Base. Okay. Last one from Unoriginal Trash. What species of animal do you really want to make into a fursuit? Oh, I've been dreaming of making a bumblebee, but I also really want to do a walrus or a moth. Alright. Next, this is from Snoopy QnA. How many fursuits do you have? And which are your 2 favorite fursuits that you own? So technically, I have 4 fursuits, but more technically 3 because one of them isn't like an actual fursuit and I'm selling it soon. And I actually have all of my heads over here with me. As you know, this is General Ulfric. He's my newest one. This was the one I was talking about. This is a bullhead that I made off of a cheap Halloween mask. And I want to sell it, but the shipping prices are giving me some trouble, so I'm waiting to sell him. And where's Arson? Oh, he's over here. Yeah, sorry guys. And here is Arson. And forgive my pajamas, but here's Arson, and he was the 3rd fursuit I ever made. So, surrounded by my children. And I can't pick favorites because I love them all very much. So, can't answer that one. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, up next we have Longtreader. Do you think it's okay for a younger furry like me to use a Halloween mask as a fursuit head? Absolutely. Absolutely. As you can see, I've already made one out of a fursuit head. I mean, I made a fursuit head out of a Halloween mask. A fursuit is just a very specific type of Halloween mask and costume. So if you can make a mask like that into a fursuit, that's totally okay. There should be nothing wrong with that. All right, next up, Buddha Bless asks, what made you join the furry fandom? Like I said, I just kind of found that I had a lot of similarities with it, like the characters that I had previously had and all this, so it just felt right. Bean asks, do you have any fursuit making tips? Yes, don't use cardboard. All right. Also, this is from Buddha Bless. Also, how much was your new fursuit head? Well, Ulfric, my new fursuit head, he was more of a trade. I traded 3 tails, 2 pieces of art, and some money. Next up, Some Fox Kid, which fursuit is your favorite? I do not have one. I love them all equally. Alright. Oh, if you mean from me, I don't have a favorite, but in general, BD the base. Okay. Misty Edits, what is the coolest part about being a fursuit maker in your opinion? Definitely just the idea of being able to bring something 2D into 3D reality, like being able to literally make something out of thin air, that's really cool to me. Okay. Raven Potter asks, Yodeling Kid or Kazoo Kid? Does this sticker answer your question? Raven Potter also asks, what is better, Flex Tape or Flex Seal? Flex Tape. Hero Sub 12 asks, I have 2. Do you pronounce it data or data? Data. Have you ever written a story you enjoyed? I do, well, I kind of write some of my characters in, like, school projects sometimes, but that's about it. I haven't actually, like, written out any of my stories. Most of them are just in my head. Okay. Sushi Cakes asks, who's my favorite fursuiter? BB the Base. Ginger Ale asks, who do you think will win a fight, a taco or a cheese sandwich? Also Subway or Wendy's? Subway or Wendy's, either depending on my mood. And who would win a fight, a taco or a cheese sandwich? A taco. It has a protective shell, of course. Alright. I like cats. What's your favorite show? The Office. Icing the Furry Wolf. Can we be friends, and do you think you can give me some tips on starting a fursuit head? Yes, and yes. Nyan the Wolf / Moth the Cat. What's your favorite animal and why? Also, does pineapple belong on pizza? Like I said, I can't choose my favorite animal because I love them all too much. And pineapple only belongs on pizza in very rare cases. Not always. Very rare cases. Okay. Dog the Dog asks, when you're looking for inspiration to make your videos, what do you do? It's really just whatever comes to my head. That's kind of the reason why a lot of my videos are so strange. Like, October the 18th, that was actually inspired by a YouTuber who used to go by the name of Jordan Underneath. Because he did one where he forgot to make YouTube videos, so he just showed a clip of him stroking his favorite doll. And that's always been one of my favorite clips he ever did. But he changed his username to Jordan Go to Sleep, and he does amazing animations. Please check him out. Okay. Next, Beanto. How can one commission you, and what do you hate about the furry fandom? You can commission me. Basically, this is how I'll make an announcement video, and then you contact me on Etsy. And the one thing I hate about the furry fandom is probably the people who ruin it for everyone else. Like, the rude people are like the ones that just make a reputation even worse. It just makes me really upset. Alright. Toxic and File Productions asks, hey Toxic, love you. What is your favorite video game from any console, and what character from said game? Sally Face. Sal. And And why did you make Ulfric a fursona? Okay, so this thing with Ulfric, it is kind of weird because basically my friend had this fursuit based off of a character whose name was Klondike. Klondike used to look like Ulfric, but his design was changed a lot. So my friend couldn't really use the suit anymore because it wasn't their character anymore. And they were like, okay, I'm just going to sell it for like ultra cheap online. And I snatched it up instead. And I was trying to think of what can I do to make this thing like my character. And I wanted to be inspired by Skyrim because I love that game. And when I remembered that Ulfric Stormcloak, his mascot is a blue bear, it was just too perfect to resist, and I'm just kind of working off of that. Alright, so that's all the questions under the community tab. So now I'm going to go check out the comments under my video where I was asking you guys to poll. So, alright, last stretch. Evolutions ask, how many fursonas do you have and who's my favorite? I only have 2 fursonas, Kujali and Ray Ray, and I love them both equally. Dixie the deer, what's your favorite color? Black. Naja the husky, my question, would you have pudding with chocolate or fruit? And no, you can't pick them together. If it was pudding, definitely chocolate because fruit is more of a jello thing. Amethyst Fox, what was your Sona's first ever design? Mine was a tan wolf with brown hair and paws. It was so simple. Preparing for this question, I actually got out the first ever drawing of Ray Ray. She looked a bit different. This was just kind of like a concept idea. But this was the first ever design idea for Ray Ray. As you can see, her muzzle's a bit different. She has green eyes and she has those red spots in her cheeks. Here was the second one I ever did. And as you can tell, it's a bit more closer to how Ray Ray looks now, although there are some differences, including the nose bridge, her nose, that kind of stuff. We only have a few more. Let's go. Okay. Pumpkin Pasta asks, how long have you been in the fandom for? And what had inspired you to join the furry fandom? Like I said, I've been in the fandom for about 2 years, and it was basically just kind of realizing that the characters that I had already created were just kind of fit the anthro-animal definition. Coastal furries, if you could be any animal, real or mythical, which animal would you be and why? I'd probably be some kind of like bird because I want to be able to fly. But if I can't do that, then I would probably be an elephant because they're very smart and caring. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Lemonade the Fennec. Can I see your first fursuit? Yep, you're looking at it. Snow Dash the Furry. If you could be your fursona for one day, who would it be? Probably Ray Ray because Kujali is a bit strange. So I think Ray Ray would be a bit better of a candidate. Toxic and Foul Productions. Oh, they were just making a comment. Never mind. Love you, Toxic. Foxy the Pirate Fox. How old were you when you first joined the fandom? Like I said, a couple of years ago. Marky Chan. When did you start making your first fursuit? It was in June of 2017. It was like a month after I found out what the furry fandom was. I went all in really quickly. How long? Oh, this is from AJ Armadillo LPS Llama 2. Nice username. How long have you been in the fandom, and how did you tell someone you were furry? Also, what do you think of the fandom? I'm in the fandom, like I said, 2 years. I'm really open about it. Like, I just say, oh yeah, I'm a furry, and like, people usually don't care, and I don't care either. It's just like a part of me. And, how do you, also, what do you think of the fandom? I love the fandom when it's not toxic. I think that it can be an absolutely amazing place. I remember going to Furlandia. It was the nicest group of people I've ever met. And I think that is it, but I'm going to double check to see if I missed any. Okay, I was right. I did miss one, so I'm so glad I checked. This is from XSXX Grace Games XX. How did you get into the furry fandom, and also, how do you join? To join, all you need to do is be a fan of anthro animals, and that's it. And like I said, I joined because I found out that my characters were already anthros. And if I want to make a head myself, but I have no foam because I live in the UK. Okay, so to get foam, you can like order it online from Walmart, or the place where I get my foam is Joann Fabrics. So if you have a Joann around you, then that would be a good spot. If you don't, then you could also get like a resin base from Dream Vision Creations, or just somewhere. You don't have to go to a store, you can order it online. So I think that is all of the questions. Oh my gosh, that took forever. This editing is going to be a nightmare. But I hope this shed some light, and I love you guys so much. Keep on rambling. Have fun out there. Bye-bye.